Most people fail at basically anything they do because they can never get anything done. They sit around for hours, they probably scroll, get sidetracked by this, that, they whack off, whatever. They just get distracted by basically anything that comes their way. They never sit down for a task, don't even know how to do it. They don't even know how to properly be productive, how to actually sit down and do a task. They tried a bunch of hacks. That's probably you. I'm gonna cut out the BS and actually set you straight what actually works, what doesn't. Let's get into it. So there's a few basic things you should already know if you want to be productive. Wake up early, diet, all those things. I'm sure you heard them before. I'm sure you tried them. It's hard to be consistent, or they give you some mediocre results, or it's like doesn't really do anything. Maybe it's like some slight motivation for you, but it doesn't. It's really hard to actually stay focused. And it's like, how do you actually transition yourself from being someone who's just scrolling all day? Maybe you're productive sometimes. It's really easy to fall back into the type of person just doom scroll for like 6 hours straight, video games or whatever, not actually do the thing that you want to do. There's basically one main way you tackle this other than all the basic stuff you've heard before. You want to dedicate an entire day to a task at hand. And what I mean by that is, if it's your goal to create content, for a whole day, you're doing nothing but creating content. So you wake up, you think about nothing other than creating content. By the way, your day always starts the day before. Always make sure you have a night routine, a proper night routine. Your night is the setup for the next morning. All your planning, all your, structure for the next day starts not in the morning, but in the night before. The reason is because once you wake up, you want to get straight into it without even thinking about it. No thought, you just go straight to the task. Trust me, I'm sure you heard meditation. I'm sure you heard you gotta do yoga, you gotta go to the gym first, eat a high protein breakfast, whatever. If you need that for nutritional purposes, then yeah, eat your breakfast. But ideally, the very first thing in the morning is starting to get that task done. Now, what this does is that it focuses your whole mind, like your whole subconscious, your whole intellectual ability is hyper-focused on the one thing that you set out to do for the whole day. Example for content. If you set out to create content, you're going to wake up, do the most basic task, basic hygiene stuff, whatever, without thinking of anything else, without checking your phone, nothing. You're gonna go straight to making content. And again, you start your day before, so the content you're making ideally is already planned. You already have a layout. You're just gonna go straight and bang it out. If you're doing organic drop shipping, you're going to, you have the list of products, or you have a few products, or you know what video you're gonna do with the products you do have. You have them laid out, you just grab the product, start filming it, or go where you need to film it just right away. If you work this way, think about it this way. If you're doing a bunch of other things, you go to the gym, you're already tired from the gym, you answered emails first, you thought about answering 10 different people's questions, maybe you have some school or work things on the side if you have that. All these things are taking mental bandwidth, so you have 30% left. Let's say it takes 70% of your actual bandwidth. You have 30% left to do the thing you actually wanted to do in the day. That 30% isn't enough to successfully carry out the task. That's why you don't feel productive. That's why you have that sinking feeling that you feel like you're never gonna get anything done. Ultimately, that is what gets you to fall back into bad habits. Something in the back of your mind that's telling you, you're not gonna be productive today. You might as well just doom scroll for 6 hours. And it's true because you already wasted all your bandwidth on these other tasks. Your mind, deep in your subconscious, you already know that 30% of bandwidth you still have left isn't enough to get the task done. That's why you want to cut out as much as anything that isn't the task, the thing you want to accomplish for the day. And that task should have a tangible goal behind it. Again, you want to have a bunch of ads ready to test 10 different products or however much products, or you want to launch a new advertising campaign for a brand you have or new funnel you have. That's a task. Content for this product, brand, so on. Converting content for that product, of course. So you have to make it good, and you have to make it a certain way. You need the bandwidth to do it. And if you have all these other things, you're not gonna, maybe you'll get the task done at the end of the day, but it won't be as good because you had your mind in other places. When you have your mind focused on only one thing, and also you planned the whole day ahead, you could go straight directly to getting the thing done. Use all your mental bandwidth to find a way to do it in a better way, because even the simple things have been thought of because it's been planned. Not only are you not thinking about the other 70% of stuff that takes your attention every day, but even the actual task at hand, you're not thinking of the things that need to be planned out because you've already planned it out. And the whole day is just seamless. You're going at it easy, fast and easy because you planned it. And now you have 100% of your brain power to go deep into the task at hand that you're trying to do. You come up with the better ideas. You come up, oh, I had these planned, but at the end of it, maybe I could do this other thing that's probably even better. And that's the video that works for you, or that's, the content that goes viral. And just like that, you're 1,000 more times productive than you were before. Infinitely more productive than you were before, because before you weren't even getting anything done. And content's one. If you want to do, product research, dedicate the whole day to that. If you want to look for more products, talk to suppliers, you dedicate the whole day, or your whole working block. Can't do this in the morning, then whatever you have to do in the morning, like school or work, should be mindless. And what you should be thinking about the whole day isn't what you're gonna eat, or some girl, or freaking whatever, some video game or news. It should be your goal for the day that you set out. Just 100% focus on that goal. Everything else is just like an afterthought. You basically give it the bare minimum, 100% on that goal. Whatever the goal is, that's what you do. And when you're actually doing the task at hand and fulfilling them, you want to make sure you cut out distractions brutally. There's nothing else that exists. Lock yourself in a room, lock yourself in the place where you're gonna do it. Turn off all notifications, do the task at hand. Honestly, if you do this correctly, you could basically get everything you set out to do just within a few hours. You could basically get anything done, your whole day, your whole goal that you planned, within 3 to 4 hours. I promise you. All the great things I've done come from days when I decided to do that one task for the whole day, completely forget about anything else other than that, literally neglect everything else, just to be 100% mental bandwidth on this one very specific thing, one very specific goal. And then every day is a different thing. Instead of you trying to do a little bit of different things every day, one day is all content, one day is all product research, one day is all ad and media buying and data, looking at the numbers, so on. When you batch this way, making a whole day dedicated to something, and again, you could even do this for leisure, instead of trying to, spend some hours at the end of the day with your friends, you just, you got all this work done for like 5 days of the week, content, ads, product research, so on. You could dedicate one whole day, the full day, 100% into family and friends. And that day is so much better because they could feel that your energy is completely toward them. And it'll be better, they'll appreciate it more, you'll have more fun, you can make a better day, so on. So if you want to get anything done, whether it's work, travel, leisure, I don't know why I said travel, but basically, book a whole day, entire day, nothing else, the whole freaking day. Trust me, no one talks about it. I know it's kind of out there, but it works. Anyone I know does this. Especially when you have a lot of stuff going on, yeah? Like, I'm here in Bali, I could do a bunch of shit today. I could go surf, I could freaking go to like 10 different cafes with like different food, whatever. But I don't. I dedicate a whole day. Today, I dedicated it all to making content, to making these YouTube videos, because I want to share and like build a name for myself and like meet other people. And the whole day was just the content. I'm just filming a bunch of content. You might see some of my other content. I'm wearing the same clothes, and that's why I have other clothes. But I just filmed all of it in one day because that's what I set out the whole day to do. And I've got a lot of content done today because that system works. Dedicate the whole day to the thing, nothing else. Not multiple tasks, one task. Do that task times 30 instead of doing times 1 of that task times 1 of another. Cut out the other task 1 times 30 for the whole day. Do that again next day. And the reason why this works so well is because you can go deeper into one thing. It's like you're riding the momentum of what you're already doing within the same day. When you're doing something for just like an hour and go to another task, it's like you have this build up, your mindset's like going toward solving this problem or doing this thing more efficiently. And then it goes to another thing, then to another thing, then to another work task. And then you get sidetracked doom scrolling. It's very easy to get sidetracked because you already set the mood of doing different things. So if you already did 10 different work tasks, then you could easily add in 10 minutes on Instagram that turns into 2 hours or 30 minutes or whatever. Don't do that. Stick on one thing. It works. Test it out. Leave a comment. Let me know how that goes. It'll work phenomenally. I could say trust me, but go try it. Everyone I know does that, especially if you live in a place that's like, you know, a lot of stuff going on. Again, here in Bali, the days I party are not the days I work. The days I work, it's a full day of working. I'm not doing anything else other than, you know, basic hygiene stuff and eating and bathroom. Other than that, it's work. And I'm only thinking about that. The days it's leisure, it's 100% leisure. I don't even check, you know, business emails or anything. And I work better and I play better also. So if you want to be super productive, time block a whole day for one specific goal and ideally one specific task. Do that every day for every area of your life you want to improve and you'll see magic happen.